Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. And as promised, in today's video we are going to get into fall fragrances that are affordable. These fragrances all come in right around 100 and under. I think the most expensive on this list is 102, and many of these, quite frankly, you can get for like 45, 50 bucks, and some even under that. So if you are a budgetnista, this list is absolutely for you. There are only about 1 or 2 dupes on this list, so actually we have quite a few original scents on this video. Now if you're a dupes girly, fear not, I have a complete dupe video coming probably in the next couple weeks, so stay tuned for that if you're looking for some fabulous dupes. But I am really excited about this list because we're going to save and we're going to smell absolutely amazing all fall. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right into today's video. All right, so before we start, it's always a reminder to make sure you are subscribed if you are loving the content. So this first one is from the House of Paris Corner. When I saw the bottle, I was like, this is so cute. So they came out with Wish, all right? But I almost think they should have used this bottle for the Cirque du Soleil dupe, okay? Which I will get into in the dupes video. But this is, to my understanding, probably an original scent because I haven't smelled anything exactly like this fragrance. When you wear this, you're going to get something a little bright and happy, but you also get something nutty and gourmand. So this to me seems like you have this experience of you're having a nice little spot of a mild tea with an orange blossom honey. It's sweetened with orange blossom honey particularly, okay, which is my favorite. And you have like this little piece of almond biscotti or pistachio biscotti because it does feature pistachio. So it's a good balance of fresh but also gourmand elements. So if you're someone who loves a little sweet, a little gourmand, but you don't want something super dense and thick, something that would wear perfectly this time of year for us in Georgia because it's 85 degrees today, then I think Wish would be a fabulous pickup. So this one features opening notes of honey and almond. You have middle notes of orange blossom and pistachio, and you have base notes of tonka bean, amber, and vanilla. This is just a really good fragrance and I highly recommend you check it out. Again, this one is available through Aroma Concepts. You can get it for 10% off when you use my discount code SharitaM, and as always, everything will be linked in the description box below. Again, from the House of Paris Corner. So this next one is a really take on a coffee cake gourmand type of fragrance, all right? Because when you put this on, you're literally going to smell like some type of a cinnamon streusel. And I cannot get over how delicious Rise and Shine is this time of year, especially when it starts to get to really cool and cold temperatures. This is from Dyad Candle Company, so it's not a super popular fragrance house because they typically specialize in candles, but they do have their very small line of eau de parfums. And Chris actually convinced me to buy this one probably a couple years ago now, and it is a really good take on a cinnamon spiced profile. So this one opens with notes of toasted almond, cardamom, cinnamon, and streusel. You have middle notes of cafe au lait, pastry cream, and you have base notes of vanilla bean, sandalwood, sheer musk, and amber. You're definitely going to get the beautiful spices, but what I love about it is the creaminess that comes off in this fragrance from that sandalwood. It's quite creamy, it's beautifully blended with the spices, and again, you're giving something that smells like coffee cake. It's so beautiful, and it's I think right around 65, but I do have a discount code for them now, so you can save, I think 10% is the discount code that they offer. So be sure to check it out if you're into sweet cinnamon scents. This is Rise and Shine, and this is from the Dyad Candle Company. So let's get into one that wears really sandalwood heavy, lots of musk, but I know when you see the notes you're going to think, okay, is this more of a spring summer scent? No, because this sandalwood wears almost like tonic. It's very creamy, and you have a really robust amber in the mid. So Banana Republic, y'all are always raving about these fragrances. I had tried a couple like its samples, but these 4 bottles that So Avant-Garde have sent over to me absolutely have me wowed. This scent is what I thought I was going to get from Musk Milky Oud or Milky Musk Oud from Cali. I didn't hate that scent, but I did not find it was something I just needed a full bottle of because I started with the minis, and I'm actually happy that I started with the minis because it really did remind me of something like a Milk by Commodity-ish, but not sweet, mixed with the Musamam White Intense. It's almost like several fragrances that I have. I could have layered them together and got the Cali fragrance, and I just did not like, I didn't get get any sweetness out of it. I'm thinking gourmand sweet, and it's really not all that electronic either. It's just something woody, and I don't know, y'all. I wasn't a fan. I was not a fan. It's not bad, but it wasn't good. It wasn't worth me buying a bottle of it. I'd say that. This is what I thought I was going to get. This is Sandalwood, honey. It is musk. There is like a citrus element to it up top, and it is so like amber rich, but with enough sweetness in it that is going to really make it perfect for this time of year. I would say fall, spring, summer. Maybe a little bit too bright for winter, but this is going to be fabulous this time of year. If you love sandalwood, if you love musk, you really do need to get your nose on this one. So this one opens with orris root, bergamot, and lilac. You have middle notes of amber and musk, and you have base notes of cedarwood and sandalwood. Perfect woody scent with lots of musk and amber. Cannot recommend it enough. If you shop so avant-garde, you can save 10%. Again, as always, the discount codes will be in the description box, but I was really, really, really pleasantly surprised by this. I mean, it is perfect. Powdery, milky deliciousness, all right? So this next one is, oh my God, it is so sexy. It's a gourmand, but it's extremely sexy. And they did not need a bunch of cinnamon and spice to make that happen, which is typically what we need to make the gourmands go in that sexy category. Honey, Casablanca is something else. It is something else. I did not want to blind buy this fragrance, so I started out with a travel. Immediate regret, I did not just get the full bottle, because baby, this $102 is going to be so well spent. This performs beautifully. It's not a beast, but it's definitely above moderate, and it lasts and lasts and lasts because you have like this suede note in here. You have marshmallow that really does give it a sweet, fluffy edge. It's really warm and spicy because of the cardamom, and it's got this creamy incense, and it's got a saffron that just really does take it there, and lots of like amber in the base. So Casablanca opens with notes of marshmallow, cardamom, and incense. You have middle notes of suede, vanilla orchid, and saffron, and you have base notes of amber, musk, and sandalwood. I love seeing an amber musk sandalwood base, but there is just something so addictive, unique, and original, but not in a hard to wear way about Casablanca. I'm telling you, start with this one and you're gonna go down this really crazy rabbit hole of Brown Girl Jane fragrances, all right? They have a discovery set. It's for also the travel. Start with the travel. You have nothing to lose. The only thing you're gonna lose is them $35 because you're gonna run right back and get the full bottle, and you can always throw that travel in your purse, all right? So again, Casablanca, Brown Girl Jane. Now let's get into the dupe. That is a dupe, but we didn't know we needed it because the fragrance exists in the body spray, and I think actually the body cream version, the body mist and body cream version. They don't have a perfume, and we have been asking Sol de Janeiro to give us a eau de parfum of 71. Well, honey, Lattafa was obviously in somebody's comments, and they heard the cries because they gave us Whipped Pleasure. This is nothing what like I thought I was going to get, but this literally smells like Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 71, which is my favorite, in a really well-performing, delicious perfume. That is what it is giving, and I cannot get enough of the way this smells. Oh my God. You're really getting something that smells like butter popcorn. It's vanilla, it's caramel coated. I mean, oh my God, it smells so good and so like the body spray, but it's just going to give you much better performance, longevity, all of those things. And honestly, I'm not even gonna, in a really cute bottle, I'm sorry. The quality of these bottles when you get them in your hand, it's just gonna wear a lot better than, I thought this was going to be like some cheap throw around plastic piece, but it actually has a really beautiful glass portion with this little gold plaque, and this is almost like a hardened foam. So I'm actually not mad at these bottles, as mad as I thought I would be. I will say that they're not great, but they're not nearly as bad when you actually get it in your hand. But honey, I don't care because I needed this here scent in my world in a eau de parfum concentration. So Whipped Pleasure opens with notes of popcorn, caramel, and salted caramel. You have middle notes of milk and jasmine, and you have base notes of tonka bean, benzoin, and musk. If you are a lover of lactonic caramel forward fragrances, you love a popcorn note, because we all get that popcorn caramel thing from 71, even though the notes don't list it as that. You're getting all of the things that these notes would suggest best. It's beautiful, it's sweet, it's indulgent, and you absolutely need to get your nose on this one. This, I'm gonna go ahead and say it's a hard tie between Whipped Pleasure and the Cookie Crave. I love them both, but if I had to pick one, honey, I'm gonna go ahead and say this is the one to get from the entire range that I've smelled. I have 3. I haven't smelled them all, but out of the 3 that I have, they're all really good. But this one, oh my God, I needed it. All right. Again, from the house of Lattafa, this is Whipped Pleasure from the Give Me Gourmand collection. Now, this next one is from the house of Snif, and this one is going to let us get away from all the gourmands of it all, from all of the sugar or really like tonic sandalwoods. This is a green fragrance, and I wanted to include something that just wore very elevated and very different from everything else on the list. So I went with Vow Factor. This is from the house of Snif, and I know when I do affordable fragrances, people chime in, well, Snif, yeah, $65, but you're only getting, you know, the 30 mil. And I mean, like, okay, I get it. I get it, honey. But if we're talking price point, if we're talking quality scents, then do not sleep on the house of Snif, okay? So this fragrance is very green, but for some reason it's green as this is because it has 3 very strong green notes. It is so sweet and beautiful and wearable to me. So this features a heavy dose of neroli. You're definitely going to get that neroli, but also galbanum, which is a very polarizing note in a perfumery. Me personally, I love the way it smells in fragrance. It also features a broom note, a broom flower note, which typically for me is a no. I don't like the way it appears in fragrances. It's very hit or miss, but I pick up on it here and it actually works here, even though that's not a green note. The other green note they featuring here is a fig. So if you could imagine something very neroli and fig forward, lots of galbanum, you could understand the complexities and the beauty of something like this. So this fragrance opens with fig, galbanum, and mandarin orange. You have middle notes of orris, rose, and neroli, and you have base notes of tonka bean, ambrette, and cedarwood. Just peering at the notes for the first time in a long time, and it's probably really doing it for me because it has ambrette in the base. I was trying to figure out why, with all of these troublesome notes, does this work for me? Because you really do pick up on the ambrette, honey, okay? Sometimes it just takes one note to bring you over that line and say, okay, I like this fragrance. At first, when I got it, I was like, oh, this is very green. I don't know if this is gonna work for me. But when I went to revisit it and I tried it to get light, it's really, really beautiful. So try this one out for the green girlies, done in collaboration with Professor Perfume, and this is a Vow Factor. Now let's go ahead and get into a vanilla that was very redundant for me to buy, knowing that I still bought it anyway. I smelled Love Notes Plush Vanilla in store, and I said, Sharita, this reminded me of something. I don't know what. Got home, had it on my skin. I'm like, why is this so good? Why is it so beautiful? Why does it remind me of something I have? Cashmere and Vanilla Essence by Donna Karan. Imagine that, but take out that bright green apple that is definitely noticeable in there. Tone down the jasmine, and you're going to insert a fluffy marshmallow macaron like type of note in there, and you're going to have Love Notes Plush Vanilla by Ariana Grande. What I love about this is beautiful performance from this fragrance. It gets richer and better over time. Vanilla, girly, like down, and you get this big old bottle. Is this a 125 ml? It has to be at this size. Don't quote me on that, but 4.25, yes, 125 mils for like 80 bucks. And you already know that Sephora, the savings event is coming. Is it next month? I think. Okay, within the next couple months. So if you want to save even more, if you're a Rouge, if you are a beauty insider, you can save even more. So worth the price point. If you love sandalwood, if you love creamy vanilla fragrances, very sweet, just gorgeously done with some cashmere in, you're going to like this scent. If you do not have Vanilla Essence Cashmere, then I don't think this would be a redundant buy for you, but I can't get enough of that scent profile, so I just went on ahead and bought it, okay? So please try this one out. It is a stunner for this price point, and it wears beautifully. Again, this one is one of the latest releases from Ariana Grande, Love Notes Plush Vanilla. Now let's get into a bold, spicy, gorgeous one. I didn't want to leave Teriaq Intense off this list because if you are looking for beast mode, very spicy, sexy, ambery, vanilla, plum, rum, honey, this is the one you need in your life. It is so good. You don't need a lot. This is one of my favorite Lattafas, but the dent, look now, it's like a oud bouquet. It's like, I love it, but this dent ain't denting because it's so strong. You don't need a lot. Okay, 3-4 sprays max. That's all you need. But this smells so expensive. It's so beautiful. It has nothing to do with the original one, so don't think because this is a flanker of, you're going to get something that will remind you of the original Teriaq. That's not the case. This is, I will always say, this is almost like a cousin of the Cameras. Like, because of the way the amber, vanilla, cinnamon thing goes on in here, it could have been a flanker of the Cameras rather than a flanker of Teriaq. So if you have all the Cameras, honey, don't blind buy this. You need to see if it's something that you actually need in your collection. So this one opens with saffron and bergamot. You have middle notes of cinnamon and plum liquor, and you have base notes of benzoin, amber, and tonka bean. It's rich, warm, delicious, sexy, cozy, fall, winter, date night vibes. That's what I get from it. I would not recommend wearing this one to work because it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's definitely got that sexy type of edge. But anywhere else, if you're in the mood for some, you know, something for nighttime is the category I put it in, then here you go right here. So much bang for your buck. Cannot recommend it enough. Again, this one is Teriaq Intense from the house of Lattafa. Now let's get into another beautiful cinnamon fragrance that wears with a much milder take on cinnamon. But Tiramisu Speculoos is just, oh my God, I cannot wait to start dousing myself in this fragrance, and I'm very interested to see how it has changed and matured over the past year since I've had it. This makes you smell like Biscoff. You want to smell like Speculoos cookie butter, or you want to smell like a Biscoff biscuit? Girl, this is, hello, they have put it in a bottle for you, and it is a perfume that you can spray all over yourself. Paris Corner really did their dang thing with this one in particular. So Tiramisu Speculoos opens with cinnamon and coffee. You have middle notes of vanilla and cacao, and you have base notes of musk. It's very easy to wear because even though I'm saying, oh, it's got coffee and cinnamon, it's not loud in that way, okay? The cinnamon is just like eating a Biscoff, you know, like, okay, I get a little spicy cookie, but it's not like I'm eating a fireball piece of cinnamon candy. It's not punchy in that way, I'm telling you. So if you want to smell like Biscoff, if you love the idea of smelling like cookie butter, then Tiramisu Speculoos is the one. You don't get something that smells like a coffee scent, okay? So don't let the notes fool you, okay? Focus with Biscoff. That's what it's gonna give you, all right? So again, this is from the Ministry of Gourmand collection from Paris Corner, and this is Tiramisu Speculoos. Last but not least, I wanted to put a cherry on the fragrance because cherry, the moment continues, all right? But this is hands down the best cherry that you can get on the market. It's one of the best, okay? And it's under $100. I remember we could get the 7 Virtues for $75. I think now they're like $90. Like, dang, man. The prices of perfumes have just skyrocketed over the last couple years. But Cherry Ambition from the 7 Virtues is just a standout cherry. My sister-in-law, okay? She's going around sniffing cherries in Sephora. She was like, I'm loving cherry stems. She bought a travel of it. The day my cherry video dropped, I was like, girl, I could have sent you my travel. I got a travel and a full bottle. And she tried Lost Cherry, but was shook it at the price and was like, absolute no. And she also tried Whipped Cherry. So I gave her a bottle of Whipped Cherry, and I gave her a decant of Cherry Ambition, and immediately, like, my sister, my twin chimed in, and you know, my sister-in-law were like, what's in this one, you know? Exactly. It's so good. It's so good because there is a richness and a complexity that sometimes these other cherry fragrances can lack, and there is this beautiful marshmallow note that just makes it a standout. It's cherry blossom, it's cherry, it's sexy saffron. You've got this fluffy gourmand marshmallow thing going on. And I just think that this is such a gorgeous pick. You have not tried this and you're trying to like the cherries, but they're just not quite doing it for you. You want something that performs at a great price point that doesn't wear like all the others. This is it. This is the one, all right? So be sure to check it out at your local Sephora if they have them to sniff. Again, this one is Cherry Ambition, and this is from the 7 Virtues. All right, you guys, so that is it for me. Some fabulous, affordable fall fragrances. But again, I will have a whole dupes video, so basically that's going to give you a whole nother list of affordable fragrances to choose from if you are not trying to shell out all the coins for the very pricey niche and designer fragrances. Your girl has got you, so stay tuned for that one. Be sure that you are subscribed. I love you all. YouTube, give me a big thumbs up, hype your girl up. I will catch you guys on the next one.